Well, Joe, it's a real pleasure having you here in Toronto at our resale forum.
Thank you so much for having me.
You've been working with retail brands for a long time in your business, and we have seen e-commerce beating away at the sector for the past couple of decades. What are some of the ways that you see these retail brands can fight back?
Well, I think part of it is not only to fight against it, but to go with it. Many retailers, most have figured out that they need to be part of the way customers wish to shop today. Many legacy retailers, some of whom I've worked with, have been slow to reach that conclusion and to take action. And that's left many of them in the position of playing catch up. The reality of legacy retail is heavy investments in infrastructure, not only physical space, which may or may not be in the right location, it may not be the right size, it may not be configured for what the consumer of today is looking for, but then on and on into IT platforms and point of sale systems and so on. It is harder to pivot today, and yet the enlightened retailers are saying, look, the past is the past. We have to respond to what's going on and face what many see as massive disruption.
In today's world where consumers can fulfill their orders just by a single click of a mouse, there's all the talk about experiences. You have to give the customer, the shopper, a unique experience. Is that some of the things you are recommending?
Yes, we think about experience in a couple of different ways. First, if the means by which customers shop is changing now through digital touchpoints and platforms, you really have to understand that and configure your experience for customers in light of that. And that just means, being good at omni-channel and not only bricks and mortar. But the other part of the experience opportunity is really thinking about the roles of your channels, particularly your physical stores, differently today than in the past. And what we're learning is that it really is about dimensionalizing experience that goes beyond simply the availability of a product or a service. If I can have it delivered to my home, I need another reason to come. And the better retailers, the leading retailers, the more innovative ones are figuring that out.
These early stages of companies fighting back against the e-commerce, they adopted technology in the stores. Now it's moving more towards getting the value proposition right, or getting the message with the consumer right. That's also some of the things you're seeing?
I think what gets lost sometimes when we think about technology as the remedy or the savior of businesses that are out of date is they miss sometimes the fundamentals. That if you have a physical space, how does it show up? What does it encourage? What is the role of the associates within it? How does technology, of course, play a role that's meaningful within all of that? I mean, in my business, I only care about two things. Fundamentally, I care about traffic. And if a business is not generating positive traffic growth, it doesn't have a future, both digitally and physically, if it happens to be a bricks and mortar retailer. And secondly is, with that traffic, what do you do with it? The engagement. And of course, that's where a lot of technology has really changed the way that humans can engage with one another and brands. And I think we're just honestly in the first few innings of learning how to get all that to work. And doing it in a way that sets your business apart from my business. That's the landscape ahead, is making all those things work so that it sets you apart.